Your legs feel heavy after 60, and almost everyone gets the reason wrong. They blame age, they blame being tired, they blame I just sat too long today. But that heaviness is not really about tired muscles. It's a signal coming from your circulation. And once you understand what it's actually telling you, you'll never look at it the same way again. Here's the part I want you to stick around for, because it's the thing most men miss. The same system that's making your legs feel heavy is the same system that controls your energy, your stamina, and your firmness below the belt. It's all one network, so if you fix what's behind the heavy legs, you're quietly helping a lot more than your legs. Stay with me and I'll show you exactly how, plus a little self-test you can do sitting right there in your chair. Let me start with something they don't teach you. You have a heart in your chest, obviously, but you've also got what a lot of people call your second heart, and it's down in your calves. Those calf muscles aren't just for walking. Every time they contract, they squeeze the deep veins in your legs and push blood back up toward your heart, working against gravity the whole way. That's a real job. Your blood has to climb from your feet all the way back up, and your heart alone can't pull it. The calf muscle pump does the heavy lifting. Now here's why this matters after 60. When that pump gets weak, from sitting too much, from less movement, from muscles that have quietly lost some tone over the years, blood doesn't get pushed back up the way it should. It tends to pool down in your lower legs, and that pooling, that sluggish return, is what you actually feel as heaviness. It's not that your legs are tired from doing too much. Honestly, it's often the opposite. They feel heavy because they're doing too little, and the pump that should be moving blood has gone quiet. I'll be honest with you, when I first read about this, I was skeptical. It sounded too simple. Heavy legs, weak calf pump, really? But the more I dug into how circulation actually works, the more it made sense. Your whole body runs on flow. Blood carries oxygen and nutrients everywhere, and when return flow slows down in one place, it's rarely just one place that's affected. Which brings me to the bigger picture, and this is the part I really want you to hear. Your circulation is one connected system. The health of your blood vessels, the lining inside them, how well they open and relax, that's the same everywhere in your body. And there's a key player in this called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the signal that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up so blood can flow freely. When your vessels make plenty of it, flow is good. When they don't, vessels stay tight and narrow and flow drops everywhere. Here's what damages that lining and lowers your nitric oxide: chronically elevated blood sugar. And I don't mean only full diabetes, even blood sugar in the pre-diabetic range, the kind a lot of men over 60 are walking around with and don't know it, can quietly damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels and drag your nitric oxide down. When that happens, vessels can't open the way they're supposed to. Now stay with me, because here's the connection most men never get told. The vessels that handle performance and firmness below the belt are small, much smaller than the big vessels around your heart, and small vessels show damage first. They get into trouble years before the larger ones do. So when blood flow down there starts to fade, it isn't just a standalone problem. It's often the earliest warning sign that your whole vascular system needs attention, sometimes years before your heart ever gives you a hint. Heavy legs and fading firmness can be two symptoms of the very same thing: flow that isn't moving the way it should. That's why I get a little fired up about this. Most men treat heavy legs as a nuisance and firmness as something separate and private. But they're often the same conversation: circulation. Fix the flow, support the lining of those vessels, get that nitric oxide working again, and you're addressing both at once. Speaking of supporting that flow, there's a natural blood flow support I personally like for exactly this kind of thing, the vessel and circulation side of it. I left it down in the description if you ever want to look into it. No pressure at all, it's just there. Okay, let's do the self-test I promised, because this is the part that makes it real. You can do this sitting right where you are. Go ahead, do it with me now. First, look at your lower legs and ankles. Press your thumb gently into the skin just above your ankle bone. Hold it for about 5 seconds, then let go. Does it leave a little dent that takes a moment to fill back in? That can be a sign of fluid pooling, sluggish return flow. Second, just notice, at the end of a normal day, do your socks leave deep lines pressed into your ankles? That's another quiet clue. Third, stand up and rise onto your toes 10 times, slowly. If your calves feel weak or tired much faster than you'd expect, that second heart pump has gotten lazy and needs waking up. None of these are a diagnosis. They're just signals worth paying attention to. And here's the good news. That calf pump is a muscle system, which means you can train it back to life. This is the part I love because it costs nothing and you can start today. The simplest one is heel raises. Stand behind a sturdy chair, hold the back for balance, and rise up onto the balls of your feet, then lower slowly. Even 10 or 15 of those, a couple times a day, start reactivating the pump. Do them while the coffee brews. Second, ankle pumps. Sit down, lift your feet slightly, and flex your toes up toward you, and then point them away, over and over. It looks like nothing, but it's directly squeezing those deep veins and moving blood. Great while you're watching TV. Third, and the most powerful of all, walking. A real walk, even 10 or 15 minutes, gets the calf pump firing rhythmically and gets your whole circulation moving. Movement is what tells your vessels to make more nitric oxide. Your body responds to being used. And the simplest rule of all, don't sit for more than an hour straight. Set a little reminder if you need to. Just stand up, do a few heel raises, walk to the kitchen and back. You're not trying to run a marathon. You're keeping the second heart pumping so blood doesn't sit and pool. Now let me close the loop I opened at the start. I told you heavy legs aren't really about tiredness, and now you can see it. They're about return flow, the calf pump, and the health of your blood vessels. And that same flow, that same vessel health, that same nitric oxide is what quietly governs your energy, your stamina, and your firmness too. One system. Take care of it in your legs, and you're taking care of it everywhere it matters. If there's one thing I'd ask you to remember, it's this. Don't ignore the small signals. Heavy legs, ankle lines, fading flow down there. Your body is talking to you, and it usually speaks through the small vessels first. Listening early is one of the smartest things a man over 60 can do. And like I mentioned, if you want to check out the blood flow support I use myself, it's down there in the description, completely up to you. This is general information to help you understand your own body, not medical advice, so please bring anything you're concerned about to your doctor and never stop or change a medication on your own. But you have more say over your circulation than anyone ever told you. Start with those calves today. Keep that second heart strong and keep the flow going where it matters most. I'll see you in the next one.